Good afternoon, Lakshman.
Hey, good afternoon, Sumiit.
Pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you too.
As we are discussing, can you briefly touch upon the industry that you work in and what are the new developments are happening in this industry?
Absolutely. I am a research associate professor at the School of Optometry and Vision Science and University of Waterloo, and also the head of biological sciences and a senior clinical scientist at the Center for Ocular Research and Education at Waterloo. So one area that we work on is trying to understand what causes contact lens discomfort. The reason for studying this is almost 50% of patients that suffer from contact lens discomfort result in ceasing lens wear within the first 5 years. And that has a significant impact on the contact lens industry. And therefore, one of the important areas that industry wants to work on is to try and understand what drives contact lens discomfort. So we look into various aspects. So we look into what really causes from a patient's perspective, like the tear film properties, their psychophysical properties, and also the contact lens material properties and the lens care products that various patients use.
Is it a collaborative effort in the country, or everybody is working in their own silos and then they join to come up to a particular solution? How do you see the industry overall in your country evolving?
Yeah, so there are various research groups across the world, and ours probably is the biggest when it comes to looking at contact lens discomfort. And there are people in Australia, UK, USA, and also Germany that work on trying to understand what causes contact lens discomfort. And there is a big push from mainly from the contact lens industry and also the pharmaceutical companies because it's almost a $25 billion industry. And in the US alone, it stands somewhere around $4 to $5 billion. And there are more than 145 million contact lens wearers who are currently wearing lenses. And in countries like India and China, there are a lot of people who have some kind of ocular problems, mainly myopia or hyperopia. And one of the main ways in which it can be connected is using spectacles. And the alternative is going for contact lens materials. So there is a lot of interest, and this area is extremely topical. And we do get a lot of funding from industry partners. Just to give you a reference, we get almost close to $5 million per year, mainly from contact lens companies, to try and understand what drives discomfort. And we have also developed numerous in vitro models to understand how contact lenses interact with the ocular surface. And we have also come up with numerous methods where we can study the biomarkers that are involved in contact lens discomfort.
Since this industry is pretty technical and it involves a lot of research and development, how do you see moving forward when the corporates at their own end think about the healthcare and the cost it involves? Because the more money you pump in as a corporate, you would like to drive that cost. But for the humanity, for the people, maybe the cost is a big hurdle for getting that solution or the healthcare services. How do you see that?
Absolutely. You bring up a very important question. So, if you see the way the cost for making the contact lens materials was significantly higher about a decade ago, but the cost for making the lenses have come down with the mass manufacturing across various parts in the world. And contact lenses, it's not just about correcting refractive error. Over the past few years, what has made contact lenses to be more attractive is there are designs which can help in controlling myopia, which is like a growing epidemic in a country like China and India. Just for reference, almost 80% of Chinese people are myopic. And if we can prevent the progression of myopia in early childhood, especially in people who are between the ages 8 and 14, that can help in reducing the complications that is followed by myopia. Moreover, and most people use eye drops. So one of the main methods in which any medication has to be delivered to the eye is in the form of eye drops or in the form of ointments. The biggest disadvantage with that is only 5 to 7% of the medication reaches the target site. The rest of it gets absorbed by other ocular tissues or they just get drained out. So in order to overcome this, one method that people and researchers and industry are coming up with is using contact lenses as a drug delivery device. So they load the contact lenses with drugs using varying methods, sophisticated methods, including using nanoparticle technology, and they want to release the drug at a slow and sustained rate. And there are numerous factors which play a role. And our group particularly, we have worked on numerous antibacterials, antifungals, and anti-inflammatory agents. And using in vitro models and animal models, we have shown that they are extremely efficacious and we can release the drug on slow and sustained rate. Going back to your question, it's not just about making the materials, but industry is also working, and not just the industry, the researchers are also working so that it can be made affordable to many people so that they can all benefit out of this.
And how you see the Indian research and development and industry coming up with these solutions? Are they also ahead in this particular research area, or they need to speed up more? How do you see the Indian talent in this technical field working?
Absolutely. There is a huge potential in the Indian market. So definitely there are a lot of people who would be interested in going for contact lenses, considering the number of people that suffer from refractive error. However, when it comes to the latest technology, it's not on par with what you find in the North American market. In India, we are still lagging behind. Maybe we are behind by like 10 years. It's not because that we do not have the people, we do not have the researchers who are capable of developing it. It is just that, most of the technology or most of the researchers are working in other areas such as cancer research. So this definitely is an attractive option. And if people can go towards it, and if a lot of funding is pumped towards it, it can help in bringing a lot of money and also ultimately benefit lots of patients too.
Thank you, Lakshman. And we wish you best of luck for your all research and development. And hopefully you will make solution affordable and accessible to the masses of this world. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Thank
It's a
you.
pleasure talking to you.
Bye.